Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're exploring a really interesting concept. Have you ever wished you could literally clone yourself to handle all the endless, repetitive tasks of running your business's marketing? Well, what we're looking at today is pretty much the closest thing to it. We're going to break down a system called the end-to-end Agentic marketing process map. Now, don't let that super long name intimidate you. By the end of our time together, you're going to see how this essentially creates a tireless team of digital assistants working around the clock to run your own personal marketing factory, all while you sit back and just play the role of the visionary boss.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to just imagine, for a moment, completely eliminating the immense stress and the massive time sink of manual marketing. You know the feeling. No more staring at a blank screen wondering what on earth to post today. No more toggling between a dozen different browser tabs just to get one single message out to your audience. What if a fully automated robotic marketing department handled all the research, the writing, and the publishing every single day without ever asking for a coffee break? The contrast between how we used to do things and this new method is literally night and day. Think about the old way. You're stressed out, you're juggling 10 different apps, your passwords are stuck in some messy spreadsheet, and you're desperately trying to be a copywriter, a graphic designer, and a data analyst all at once. It's exhausting. But then there's the new way. This is the factory model. You have one single dashboard. An AI team is doing all the heavy lifting in the background, and your only job? Simply review their work and give the final human approval. It's a complete game changer in how we think about getting our message out to the world.
So what does this all mean? To really get how this works, we need to talk about agentic marketing. See, traditional software is passive, right? It just sits there waiting for you to click buttons. But agentic software acts as an actual agent on your behalf. It actively researches your industry, writes up drafts, and queues them up for publishing. But, and this is absolutely crucial, you retain complete control. This is what we call a human-in-the-loop system. The robots do the grueling assembly line work, sure, but nothing leaves the factory doors without you, the boss, stamping it with your approval.
Here's the roadmap for our explainer today. 1. Meet your new AI team. 2. Setting up your brand. 3. The daily content engine. 4. Reaching your email fans. 5. Turning views into customers. And finally, 6. Closing the strategy loop. All right, let's jump right into part 1, meet your new AI team. So, before anyone can get to work, they need an office. Think of this very first stage as simply handing over the keys to the building. The platform creates a completely secure, private, and isolated workspace just for you. There are no technical headaches here for you to worry about. It's just the digital environment where your AI team will clock in every single day, completely separated from everyone else's data, totally ready to get to work on your specific goals.
Moving right along to part 2, setting up your brand.
Okay, now that your digital team is in the building, how do they actually learn your brand's voice? Well, this stage acts exactly like onboarding a brilliant new employee, except it happens in seconds. You literally just give the system your website address. That's the whole shebang. The AI automatically crawls through your site. It figures out if your tone is professional, casual, or witty. It memorizes your exact brand colors. It even sets up monitors for your specific industry news feeds, so it always knows what's trending in your world. You don't have to fill out massive, complicated questionnaires. It just learns who you are by reading what you've already created out there.
Next up is part 3, the daily content engine.
Now we're walking onto the main floor of the factory. Let's see how this builds into an incredibly simple 4-step flow. First, the AI researchers scour those industry feeds we just talked about to find hot trends. Second, the robot drafters take those trends and write up beautiful posts tailored for LinkedIn, Facebook, or your blog. It even generates images to go with them. Third, and again, most importantly, it pauses. It waits for you, the human, to hit approve. And fourth, once you say yes, the system schedules it, publishes it online, and tracks the views. It's just a seamless assembly line from a raw idea to a published, tracked post.
What's absolutely fascinating here is that the AI isn't just mindlessly spamming the internet. No way. It actually acts as a highly intelligent strategist. Notice how it automatically balances your content, making sure 30% is educational, 30% focuses on your product, 15% shows proof that you're great at what you do, and so on. It strategically mixes up your messaging so your audience never gets bored and you're always hitting the right psychological triggers.
This phrase right here perfectly captures the vibe. I just sip my coffee, click approve, and my marketing is done for the week. That highlights exactly how crucial human approval is to this whole process. The system literally places you in the driver's seat. Nothing goes live without your thumbs up. You could log in on a Monday morning, review a dashboard full of perfectly crafted, beautifully illustrated posts, click approve on the ones you like, and boom, your entire social media presence is handled for the week. The heavy lifting is outsourced to the machine, but the ultimate authority always remains with you.
Let's move to part 4, reaching your email fans.
We all know social media algorithms can be wildly unpredictable, so let's look at how the factory handles direct communication. This parallel loop flawlessly takes those approved messages and turns them into beautifully crafted newsletters. It bypasses the social media algorithms entirely, delivering your brand's voice directly to your fans' inboxes. And honestly, the best part? The system automatically tags every single link inside that email. So when someone clicks, the factory instantly knows who they are and what they're interested in, teeing them up perfectly for the next step.
On to part 5, turning views into customers.
Getting attention online is awesome, but let's be real, it doesn't pay the bills. So let's walk through a highly relatable scenario to see how those internet views magically transform into actual real-world customers. Imagine a potential customer named Sarah. In a matter of seconds, she sees that brilliant post your AI drafted and you approved. A minute later, she clicks the link. She's taken to a helpful 2-minute diagnostic quiz about her business. The moment she hits submit, the factory works its magic, and instantly, Sarah is transformed from an anonymous internet browser into a highly qualified lead in your database.
Now here is the absolute secret sauce of how the system qualifies those leads. It uses what's called a split scorecard. When Sarah finishes her quiz, the public view gives her a beautifully personalized, really helpful report card. She gets genuine value and actionable recommendations. But simultaneously, behind the scenes, the system generates a hidden view. This is a purely mathematical, commercial ranking that only your sales team ever sees. It alerts you if Sarah is a hot prospect ready to buy right now, or if she just needs a little more nurturing. It's a total win-win, incredible value for the customer, and vital intelligence for you. And this brilliantly illustrates the safety of the whole system. You know, we all hear stories about AI making things up, or hallucinating as they call it. But here, strict guardrails are completely engaged. The AI is allowed to write a wonderfully personalized, warm follow-up email to Sarah based on her quiz results. But it is strictly forbidden from touching the math. The scores and the hidden rankings are locked down tight. The AI writes the prose, but it cannot invent facts or alter the numbers, which keeps your business logic perfectly safe and completely predictable.
Finally, part 6, closing the strategy loop.
So, we've arrived at the final stage, where the factory does something truly remarkable to get smarter for tomorrow. The crucial point is this: the system tracks everything. When Sarah finally makes a purchase and becomes a paying customer, the factory connects the dots. It traces that exact dollar amount all the way back to the specific social media post she saw days or even weeks ago. It then feeds that data back into the AI strategist. The AI learns, aha, posts about this specific topic generate the most actual revenue. And it automatically adjusts its strategy to write more posts exactly like that tomorrow.
To kind of summarize the incredible scale of this platform, the whole factory runs on 3 continuous overlapping loops. The content loop handles your daily visibility. The newsletter loop guarantees your direct reach, and the leads loop converts that attention into real customers and tracks the revenue. All 3 of these massive operations work together tirelessly around the clock, while you simply act as the visionary boss steering the ship.
We've seen how this system transforms a chaotic, stressful process into a really smooth, automated assembly line that actively learns and grows your business. Which leaves us with just one final, very important question to consider. With a tireless AI team doing all the heavy lifting for your marketing, what are you going to do with all your newfound free time? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this sparks some exciting ideas for the future of your business.